friends, and good morning. It is November 13th, and on today's podcast, we'll be going over a review of the Thousand Oaks Bar shooting in Southern California. It reeks of false flag. We have crisis actors being interviewed, which I have video of. Some of these people, which is even crazier, were even in the Las Vegas shooting. So you survive one mass shooting, which we all know was a giant false flag, ran by Saudi Arabia and the deep state. Definitely, who knows if it was a harvest per se. Look into that. A lot of people were saying that Las Vegas shooting was definitely a harvest to this and that. We'll just leave it there. But yes, some of the people that were in this shooting in Southern California, it says here, Las Vegas shooting survivors were inside Thousand Oaks Bar, friends say. So we have a lot to go over in this. I'm also going to cover in later podcasts throughout the day the Southern California fires and the amount of destruction and lives lost is, I think, the biggest, is record breaking actually. But before we get into all of those things, I need to let you guys know that I appreciate all the kind words sent to me and my family about the passing away of our 12-year-old Frenchie. I showed my wife the comments and the tweets and stuff, the replies, and it really helped her. I'm not just saying that, but it really did help her. And I'm through with work for the year. My regular job, I don't have to go back until January, so you will be seeing a lot more of me. You will be having a lot more podcasts and our new call-in live streams. We'll be doing those also all the time, and I believe that this is clutch because right now the horizon is in view, and we see the finish line. We see these people, these indictments, the voter fraud, the corruption. We are seeing it. We are being pushed forward. A new attorney general, people being set in position. That's what we need to be focusing on. And Q, right? More Q posts. So I will be available all the time now, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me, as I said earlier. So again, thank you for the kind words to me and my family. We are cutting a corner. We are turning a corner, which is really good for our family. So again, thank you, friends. I really mean that, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. But with all that being said, let's get back to business, right? If you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate that. Also, follow me on Twitter. And before we get into everything, please leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to more people. And that should be about it. So let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So it says here, this is Fox News Live, and it says, Las Vegas shooting survivors were inside Thousand Oaks Bar, friends say. So some of the survivors of the Las Vegas mass shooting were inside the Borderline Bar in Thousand Oaks, California, when a gunman opened fire just before midnight on Wednesday, killing 12. Hundreds of people were inside the venue for college country night when shots rang out around 11:20 p.m. The shooter was dead inside the bar, police said. It was unclear how he died. All right, that's strange. Chandler Gunn, it's a weird name, 23, of Newbury Park, called a friend who works at the Borderline Bar and Grill, who was also at Route 91 in Las Vegas. The Los Angeles Times reported, a lot of people in the Route 91 situation go here, he said, referring to the mass shooting last year in Las Vegas. There's people that live a whole lifetime without seeing this, and then there's people that have seen it twice. Very few. Let's just say that. Are they trying to get rid of maybe people who know what happened, that haven't come out, who haven't, given their testimony on what happened? Who maybe saw something? Are they trying to eliminate them? We all know of people that survived that shooting who saw things, who said they saw things, and then they end up getting in a car accident or then later dying in some weird, strange way. No coincidences, right? Josh Coley, 27, had been into Borderline several times with his friends, including one who also survived the Vegas shooting, the Times reported. Coley told the paper that his friend said he and his dad Coley told the paper that his friend said he is with his dad and is in good condition. Carl Egger, 24, of Tarzana, told the Times he had about 20 friends inside the bar, which he frequently attends. As far as I know, all my friends are okay and safe, he said. There are a few people we can't get a hold of, but in these situations, people usually turn off their phones to be safe, so I'm not going to get too worried. A lot of my friends survived Route 91 shooting in Las Vegas. If they survived that, they'll survive this. Okay, well, maybe, but the odds of being in two mass shootings are, you probably have more of a chance of being struck by lightning, or therefore, it's not likely that this is to happen. Is somebody after you? I don't know. But, yeah, we could go to here. Let's check this out. Thousand Oaks gunman used an extended magazine where it was illegal, depends on how many rounds it held. We go down here. Ian David Long, a former Marine gunner, legally purchased a Glock 21 that he used to kill 12 others at the bar. So he is a former Marine gunner, a patriot who just, I guess, had a bad day. I don't really know the why he did this. Most people don't know why people go to these acts of just horrendous situations. Long also had an extended magazine for ammunition, but the sheriff office said further analysis we needed to determine how many rounds it could hold to see if it was illegal, if he purchased something illegal. California law allows the sale of possession of ammunition magazines holding up to 10 rounds, but if the magazine held more than 10 rounds, Long, who was 28, would not have been able to legally purchase it in California. So where could he get it? We all know that there is a stream of illegal guns moving in and out of our country, as well as drugs. We all know who does that: the cartel, the deep state, to make money. And again, guys, we start thinking about these fires, and which will be in the next podcast, but these fires and these shootings, what is occurring right now? What is going on that is so detrimental to the deep state? Let me think about that. How about voter fraud? They want to keep our attention off of these elections that are going on, because that is the nail in the coffin for the deep state, guys. That is calling for trials, executions, perjury, treason, everything going against voter fraud, right? This is on a massive scale that we've never seen before. But I have a couple memes here that if you guys haven't seen it, maybe you have. The mass shooter, who I said before was a Marine gunner at the Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, California, has been identified as 28-year-old Abul Alhom Krizi of Los Angeles, California. 13 people dead, including shooter and Ventura County Sheriff Sergeant Ron Hellis. So, yeah, this is the guy who did the shooting. And you're telling me that he's a Marine? I don't know. This is him right here. So, that's sad stuff, guys. Real sad stuff. So, we see here David Ian Long, a.k.a. Abu Alhom, 29 years old, Los Angeles resident. This is what the media is covering up. Camp grad photo right here, and recent social media right here. So this is the same dude, guys. This is what the media wants. Oh, we must protect Muslims. We must, right? They're sacred. Again, which is what I'll get into. I'll stop here. So there are videos of this. Definitely of the shooting, which I definitely want to show you, and I definitely want to show you some blatant crisis actors. Again, I'm not saying no one died. I'm saying that the whole motive towards all this is to push gun control. That's all that this is, and to tug at your heartstrings. That is what this is, and also to cover up what's going on with the voter fraud. They'll take lives. It doesn't matter. No one can get in their way. No one matters. They'll mow all of us down if they wanted to. They'll poison all of us if they want to. They're already doing that, right? They already do that with chemtrails and GMOs and everything like that. So I want to show you some videos. Check these out. The first one I'm going to show you is somebody who was actually in the bar where it was being when the shooter was taking place, when he was shooting. It's pretty exciting. Definitely kind of crazy too. So check this video out. This is of the shooting. Check it out. So you see there a lot of rounds, a lot of shots being fired. A lot of people say that doesn't sound like what they say is a Glock 21. That sounds more like a shotgun. You know, people start to read into things. So I took the time to listen to a couple of videos of people shooting at targets with Glock 21s. That's exactly what one sounds like. Yeah, you know, like I said, I'm not saying this didn't happen. I'm saying that people try to blur the lines. They try to say, look here, when something's going on there. That's what they're trying to do. So the next video I wanted to show you is a lady that we, you know, people who are awake, quote unquote awake, call these people crisis actors. Is this the same woman who was shot in the stomach in Las Vegas, and now she is shown, I believe, in the Orlando shooting at the Pulse nightclub, if you remember that last year. Maybe it was this year, actually. And, you know, that was down in Florida, Orlando. And so is this the same woman? I want to show you a, you know, a video of what a crisis actor is. So check this out. Is this the same woman? It sure as hell looks like one to me. And then we have one more video after that. So check this out real quick. Is this the woman, the same woman from Las Vegas shooting, talking at the Pulse nightclub shooting? Here we go.
Gorgeous night, and there was a nice breeze, and that's all I was thinking of.
Was in the club last night?
Yes, he was.
Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard anything. I've been here since 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been waiting. I'm waiting by the emergency room to see if anybody gets called in.
The band was playing great, and all of a sudden I heard this pop, pop, pop. And I looked at my friend, and I said, I don't know if that's fireworks. It's just, you know, everybody was looking around, and then the music started playing, so we thought, yeah, it's just fireworks. But then the next thing I know, I took a shot, like I felt it, and then my hip gave out.
What is your son's full name?
My son is Christopher Leinenen.
Christopher Leinenen. When?
What is your son's full name? My son is Christopher Leinenen. Christopher Leinenen. When?
I guess because the pelvic fractured and I fell to the ground. That's all I remember. And I looked down and I could see I was bleeding. And the reality was I'd been shot.
What have the police been able to tell you?
Well, they said there's a lot of dead bodies at the club. That's a crime scene.
What have the police been able to tell you? Well, they said there's a lot of dead bodies in the club. That's a crime scene.
And then everybody...
So great editing in that. Whoever made that, it was really, really good. I found that, I believe, on Twitter. It's very good editing on that. So you can see, you know, it looks like the same woman. Are they given lines? They're not remembering their children's names. If they're not crying, there's no tears shown. It's very dull and just getting the point across, and like she's being fed the lines, right? That's what I see. I'm using logic. I'm using intuition. I'm looking at this with a skeptical mind, and you know, that's what I see. I see no emotion within these people, which again is a crisis actor. We see them all the time. We've seen them at the Boston bombings. We see a lot of these from time to time when these false flags happen. The next video I wanted to show you was a clip of a lady who is pushing gun control. I talked about that these people have motives. The deep state have motives, and it's either to take your eyes off what is really happening and focus it on something else, as they do. As they move things in another direction, the narrative. And then we have people who push gun control. They want to get our guns away from us so that we are helpless, and this woman is definitely doing that. This is the worst acting I've ever seen. So check this out. This is literally pathetic.
My son was Del Orfanos. We lost him last night at the Borderline shooting. My son was in Las Vegas with a lot of his friends, and he came home. He didn't come home last night, and I don't want prayers. I don't want thoughts. I want gun control, and I hope to God nobody else sends me any more prayers. I want gun control. No more guns. Thank you.
So you see that there's definitely a motive there. She's definitely trying to get her point across, that she has been given lines that we need to stop this. Get rid of all the guns. I don't want prayers. I don't want your sorries. I want gun control. So, you know, no one's going to talk about that when they're being interviewed. That's insane. So we see here some crisis actors in Orlando and Thousand Oaks. In Orlando, her name was Elaine Quijano. Thousand Oaks, Orlando shooting. We see her. These are the pictures. Same mouth, gritting of the teeth, glasses, shifty eyes, just a little more weight gain. But yeah, that's just what that's just what I am observing, right? So 11/11/11 happened the other day, 2 days ago, Sunday. On that day, I thought 11/11, which we all know is very esoteric, a lot of stuff going on. I thought that was on Monday, which was yesterday. So Sunday, this past week, the whole week I thought about going to church. I haven't been in church in a very long time, and I wanted to do something. I feel like I'm getting a calling. I've been guided to turn things around in my life. I have a pretty good life, but with all of this, you know, with the channel, the YouTube channel, and just the movement and everything, I feel like my consciousness is definitely expanding. I feel a lot of love in me towards a lot of people, and I am not the same person I was 3 or 4 years ago. I can tell you that. Not that I was a bad person, but very, very closed off to all of this, and this makes more sense to me than anything ever. But I digress. What I'm saying is that on 11/11 Sunday, I went to church and I repented, and I will be baptized here very soon, and I will be saved. This is under my own, guidance. I'm doing it on my own. No one's telling me to do this. I'm doing it on my own because I feel like I need to. Like I said, there's been a lot of change in me. A lot of good is happening, and I feel that it's my duty to do so. So 11/11 is when I went and repented. I didn't know that it was 11/11, and there's no coincidences, right? The preacher told me that he recognized me. I've never met this guy in my life. He told me that he had switched up his sermon to Revelations and to people being saved. He said that he had to back off of it hours before the sermon because he didn't know if he wanted to talk about that, but eventually he did. And there's no coincidences, right? So today a cosmic portal opens, November 11th. 2 + 0 + 1 + 8 = 11. The numerology sequence 11/11/11 only happens once in a decade. 11/11/11 is Remembrance Day, an awakening angel code representing peace and change. It is a rare opportunity to press reset on the past, make amends, forgive, and begin a new chapter. The number 11 carries a high vibration. So on this day, intuition will be heightened, hearts will be opened, and mass healing will take place. I did not know that it was the 11th. I thought the Monday after was the 11th. So like I said, no coincidences. I really care about you all, and that comes from the heart. If you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Twitter at True Reporting. I post on there. I tweet a lot, so definitely follow me there. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to people, thus more eyes on the truth. And if you would care to donate to the channel, you can go to my Patreon or my PayPal in the description box below. And we also have merch. If you like QAnon, if you follow Q as I do, QAnon 17 t-shirts with True Reporting decal on the front. Where we go one, we go all. Guys, I appreciate it. Expect a lot more from me, and we'll see you soon. Bye.